The Olympians going to struggle.
Sent two sporting legends head-to-head on the jump. As Steve took gold, Darren was stumped.
Cracked rib, sprained wrist, ligaments gone in my ankle, left hamstring tear. I'm just glad to be going home in one piece.
Tonight, the girls powder their faces in the giant slalom.
Come on, please. Could be a contender. Keep down. How the hell is this going to happen? I just want to be the best that I can possibly be.
And the price of failure is the jump.
Last night it was the cricketer versus the rower on the ski jump. Cricket lost and Darren Gough became the third celebrity to leave the competition. Our remaining 9 celebrities continue to tackle the world's most challenging winter sport in the hope of avoiding the most terrifying elimination on TV, and one of them will become champion of the Jump 2014 and win our stunning cowbell trophy. Ring it again! Lovely. It'll be music to their ears. Now, before then, they'll battle it out every night for the top position. For our 2 slowest celebrities each night, the mood will drop even faster than they will as they take on the jump. Now, there are 3 jumps to choose from. There's the K15, which made Amy do this. There's the K24, which made Darren do this. And then there is that massive K40 where Eddie keeps doing this. It's been so great having you here and getting to know you a little bit more. And I mean, it's been a long time, isn't it, since you've jumped?
It has. It's been 17 years since I jumped at all, but 28 years since I jumped off a 40-metre.
And how's that been? I mean, does it just come back?
I wish it did. It's been very, very exciting, but very, very nerve-wracking.
And so what sort of things have you had to sort of retrain yourself to do? Is it, were you frightened getting back up to the top there?
Oh, yes, very frightened.
Really?
Every time I get, whether it's a 40 or 140, I still get very frightened. But since I was going to come on the show 3 or 4 months ago, I've been going through visualisation techniques, imagining myself doing the ski jump, trying to get my muscle memory back to automatically get into a certain position, because if you can do that without thinking, then you're halfway there.
Well, Eddie, I watched Eddie do his first practice jump here from a balcony over there, and I was like, Eddie! And then he jumped, and this happened. I was like that. I was like, Eddie! You're all right?
Yes, just badly bruised ribs and a few painkillers, right as rain. I got up and carried on.
So that's Eddie for you. Thank you so much, Eddie! So tonight, the girls tackle an event our boys faced on the first night. It is the giant slalom, so let's get straight on and see our first celebrity in training. It's a giant challenge, but will that hinder Melinda?
What have I done? I couldn't stand, I couldn't walk, I got hit over the head I don't know how many times by the ski lift. All of this is totally new for me.
Hold it there and step around.
It was hopeless.
It's a long progression from here to skiing a giant slalom. There's an awful lot of work to do.
I've got to figure out the stopping bit.
I feel like I've finally sussed the lifts, but when it comes to skiing, I am still so far behind everybody else.
Melinda really needs to improve technically. She's
trailing behind a lot of the other girls, and right now she's at the back of the pack.
Melinda Messenger there, coming in hot.
There's been moments where I've just thought, I can't do this. It's really not happening! I'm just not capable. And this needs to get good. She just makes it look effortless. How am I ever going to beat them?
I loved it. So you went, well, I've finally mastered the ski lift.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, Melinda!
Do you know, I can't believe it, because I've just never skied, and so I had no idea what I was doing, no idea kind of what I let myself in for. But what is amazing, and thanks to our very patient coach, Warren, I can actually now ski. I have mastered it in these last few weeks.
And that is amazing.
That's something.
It really is
From
something,
there, yes.
and you've been brilliant. But sadly, you did come a cropper while training for another event. Let's have a look at this.
I've come up to Innsbruck A&E just for a bit of a check-up because I got a bit of a battering in the bobsleigh. Every time we sort of hit the walls, my head was just sort of being thrown side to side, forwards, backwards, all over the place. I loved it, but I felt like my head had been really shaken, and I've just sort of been a bit dazed and confused since, more so than usual. So they're just going to check me out and just check everything's okay.
The medical team at Innsbruck General have said that Melinda has a minor concussion, and that means that she's unable to train, and therefore she cannot take part in the jump. Melinda's been advised to rest and recover, and we expect her to make an absolutely full recovery within the next few days.
I know, you're so gutted, aren't you?
Do you know what? Really gutted, because it's been such a brilliant show, and even though it was kind of a struggle to get going, I have absolutely loved every single discipline. I've got a real kind of I think, an addiction to adrenaline
Yeah, you've got the
now.
bug.
I'm going to have to feed. But it is a sensible thing to do. I mean, I've got a bit of a bruising, and a concussion.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just not, the
it's
things
not
we're doing
worth
are
putting
dangerous.
yourself
No.
at risk. You've got kids, you know,
Exactly.
you're a mummy.
Exactly.
And we've got to think about you, Melinda.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And but I wish everybody else all the very best,
Thank
because
you.
it's absolutely brilliant, and everyone's doing amazingly.
And they are. And basically, because of your concussion, you couldn't train, which meant that, for that reason, it was no longer safe for Melinda to continue. So we have to say goodbye. But you have been absolutely amazing and so, so brave.
I've loved it. Loved every minute of it. Apart from the head bashing, that wasn't so much fun.
Sorry
but
about
everything else has been absolutely wonderful.
Everyone, Melinda. It's awful that she's actually going. It feels awful, doesn't it, that she's actually left. There's an empty seat here. But with Melinda out of the competition, we do actually need a replacement. But just for a moment, we do actually need to get serious, because as you can see, this competition really is dangerous. I mean, we've broken Henry Conway, we've concussed Melinda Messenger, we had literally a whole bunch of other celebrities who didn't even make it on air. We're down to our last standby contestant, and we cannot break this one. It is time to uncover Mr. McIntyre.
Protective suit.
Yeah. We've got to look after your precious cargo. So, Donal, you've been in secret training. Let's take a look.
Donald has been here from the start, working alongside all of the other celebrities. He desperately wants to get in there.
Let's go. Well, I signed up to do the jump because it's like a winter wonderland of action man winter sports. Every sport that's ever appeared in a James Bond movie is here, and it is absolutely exhilarating.
The amount of hard work he's put in has been incredible. Donald's attitude is gung-ho, kamikaze, and he doesn't really feel fear.
My only strength is my ability to take risks. No matter how gloomy or how dangerous it looks, I'll give it a go. It's all good. I have the ability to divorce the act of going fast from the act of stopping. So I'm happy to go fast, and then I'll deal with the problem of stopping afterwards.
I think it's a massive advantage for Donald, the fact that he's seen all of the others train, so he knows their strengths and weaknesses in all of the different disciplines.
Fingers crossed, I will have more kahunas than anybody else.
I think the other athletes should be quite worried. You know what? I wouldn't want to race against him.
Now you can see why he's in bubble wrap. So Donal will be taking part tomorrow in the bobsleigh event. Welcome. So it is competition time. Let's kick off the women's giant slalom with our first contestant. She might be a pussycat, but can she find her inner tiger?
I'm a very competitive person. I've been competing in dance since I was a small kid. We're definitely doing this.
We're all going to do this.
I know there's a lot of work for me to do. But in dance class, the #1 rule was to never say I can't. Whoa. I'm quite competitive with myself, and I yell and I scream. That's just part of sort of my process of hopefully becoming good at what I'm doing. Oh.
You winded?
Yeah.
Take a breather.
Nobody here knows this, but I have never skied down a mountain, so this will be my first time. I am a virgin. This is very daunting, but I think it's going to be fun as long as I just go for it.
Kimberly is a joy to teach. Any input you give her verbally, she demonstrates physically.
I am definitely used to taking instruction,
Good work, Kim.
so I feel like I'm progressing quite quickly.
Not only is Kim a delight to coach, but she's incredibly determined, and on race day she could be up in the top 3.
I praised from all blue eyes there. It's Kimberly! So Kimberly, as an American, it's actually so refreshing to hear somebody just say, yes, I am fiercely competitive, because in Britain it's kind of like a swear word.
I know, I'm starting to understand that a bit, but I can't help it. I was a competition kid, and when I throw myself into it, I really throw myself into it. If you're not going to enter a competition and want to go for it and win, then kind of what's the point? But
Yeah, well, which is so right. And all our girls have completed their giant slalom, but actually none of them know their time yet. So, Kimberly, let's see you in action. It is race time. Commentary is brought to you by Barry Davis.
It's a beautiful afternoon here in Kutai for this women's giant slalom event. First to face the course is Pussycat doll Kimberly Wyatt, hoping for the perfect run, I'm sure.
I'm going to give it my best. I want my best to be enough to keep me out of the bottom two.
Those who've been following this competition knows what a determined lady she is.
All right.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Good confident push-off. Winner over the skeleton course. What can she now do on this 1 kilometre of 22 gates? She's leaving it a little bit wide on the gates, so she could do with being a bit tighter than that. At the halfway stage of the split, 27.41 at the split, so she's going strongly. And she's tightened up a little bit in the lower part of the course, picking up a little bit more pace. Into the top to come to the finish. Good performance by the dancer. Best thing about her is how much she enjoys it. Oh, smiling there at the finish after a fine run. She's looking rather like the cat who got the cream.
Is that going to be part of a new dance routine?
Dancing on skis is a whole other thing.
So you're quite happy there with that?
Yeah, I think I could have gotten a bit lower there at the top over that hill, but otherwise I know I gave it my all, so...
Do you think you'd ever be completely satisfied?
No, I don't.
Oh, you should be. That was really amazing. I can tell you that you completed the giant slalom in... 53.44 seconds. So there you are. You are the first name on the leaderboard. Kimberly, everyone! So, has she done it enough? Coming up, we've got Laura Hamilton and Sunita strapping on their skis. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Jump. We are live in Austria. It is the women's giant slalom night. The slowest two will face the jump at the end of the show, and one of them will leave the competition. Now, earlier we introduced Donal McIntyre to the competition as a replacement for the injured Melinda Messenger. It has been an alpine celebrity massacre. Here's Alex with an accident report.
Some people come to Austria to marvel at the wonderful scenery, others to try their hand at winter sports, but not me. I'm here to watch people fall over and have a bloody good laugh at it. And I'll tell you now, there's been plenty to laugh at.
Oh, good.
Most of this lot haven't been able to stay upright, and that's before they started necking the schnapps. So here are my favourite falls and flops from the series so far, and all from the back of an ambulance. I haven't been in one of these since Magaluf 2002. Don't ask.
That one hurt.
Some of them even came a cropper before the first show. Flash Gordon, you'd expect him to be good at it.
I know he's called Flash, but he didn't have to end up all over the floor.
I think he's going to need to go to the hospital.
Yeah. But Gordon's alive, and well in San Diego, still making the most of his ski suit.
Oh my God!
Henry Conway suffered broken bones in his hand, developing his own special technique during the men's skeleton event.
He's gone for the unconventional approach of head down, shoulders in, smash into as much stuff as you possibly can on the way down. You've missed a bit of the ball there, Henry. Oh, got it.
Melinda Messenger had to pull out of the competition due to suffering concussion after the bobsleigh event. She claims her injury came from the bobsleigh, but I think there might be another explanation.
Okay. Oh, watch out. And another. But the gold medal for the King of Wipeouts goes to Darren Goff. He's hard as nails, but if you see him on a ski slope, avoid him.
What are you doing in here? You didn't even jump.
Haha, very funny. I'd like to see you try.
Right, should we go and get a vajazzle?
Vajazzle.
Well, welcome to the treatment room. I tell you that we've laughed at all the injuries here, but genuinely, like, if someone else gets injured, I'm worried I might have to do the jump, and there's already enough wrong with me as it is. You know what I mean? I've already got one prosthetic leg. I do not want to add another one to it.
I see you going down there.
Oh, no chance. But Darren, like, you featured quite heavily there, like, pardon the pun. And it says something that last night, that when you tweeted saying you were going for a full body x-ray, I actually believed you. How many injuries have you ended up with?
Well, should we start at the bottom?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Ankle ligament damage, left ankle, hamstring tear. I've got hip flexor strain.
I wondered where you were pointing
abductor strain on the right leg. Obviously, my ongoing knee problems. I wear a knee brace, cracked rib, and now shoulder. I can't lift my shoulder, lift my arm above my shoulder there because that's bruised now from all the falls I've had. But I'm alive. Liver damage. Liver damage.
I mean, if you want to borrow my blue badge, I'll get it sent over for you. But, I mean, Henry, you tweeted a picture last night of the X-ray of your hand. Let's just have a look at that now.
Oh, look at those pins. Aren't they wonderful?
It looks like you've, like, injured it by getting it stuck in a whoopee cushion, doesn't it?
Straight from the DIY store. No, I know. Pretty horrible. But actually, it's fine. It's fine. Painkillers and schnapps, dear.
Well, at least you're all safe and sound now, Davina.
I don't think we'll be able to do a second series. No one will come on it. Time for our next celebrity, and it's amazing to see this next lady up a ski slope. Excuse me. It's very cold out here. I've lost contact with my face. Just a few weeks ago, she was up the duff.
I've skied for a few years. Every year I've gone on a skiing holiday, I've never had ski lessons, so you pick up bad habits.
Laura is clearly one of the fastest, but correcting someone who's been using the wrong technique for years, like Laura, can be really hard. And in a way, she's got to relearn everything that she already knew.
My legs are close together. It just doesn't feel natural. You've got a very limited leaning angle.
I ski with my skis too close together and swing my hips side to side, which isn't the right way of skiing.
The distance of my ball and socket joints matches the distance of my knees and my feet.
If I ski in the right way, then I've got a greater chance of actually going faster.
I love Laura's competitive spirit. She's worked so hard to correct her technique, and now she gets into a low, aggressive position and is naturally fast.
I am a bit of a daredevil and I like to push myself. I just want to be the best that I can possibly be.
If Laura doesn't revert back to her bad habits, she's going to be very fast down this course, and the clear favourite in the giant slalom.
We know you're actually quite a good skier. How hard is it to sort of unlearn habits that you've grown up with?
I guess it's like, you know, driving a car. You drive a car for such a long time and you get into bad habits. So I have a way of skiing and I've had to kind of go back to the beginning again and really... Yeah, it has. And also, I think because I have skied for a while, there is a bit of pressure on you. So people think, right, you're going to be good, you're going to do well. So I kind of try and push myself and keep up with the best.
And she's just had a baby. She's amazing. 11 weeks today. 11 weeks today, ladies and gentlemen. So you've seen how Kimberly did. How are you feeling?
She did well.
She did. Let's take a look at your giant slalom. It's race time.
Now this is Laura Hamilton.
Oh, God, I feel nervous.
15 skier, but according to the coaches, has a few little habits which could cause her problems. But she's very confidently and speedily out of the gate, very quickly into a nice style, and she's nicely tucked. This looks as though this could be a good run. She's certainly faster. Coming to the split mark. Oh, she's really flying. She's 3 seconds faster than Kimberly. She's on the edge in both senses. Really did well to correct that, but now she's lost it. Oh dear. Down she goes. Now she's got to get up on her feet. Quick. You can still get there for the finish. Oh, we've all been through that. It's a terrible feeling. But she can still make it. Push to the finish. Got to be really determined to the finish. Into the tuck, round the left. And she has at least recorded the time.
I can't believe that. I tell you what, I was quite pressing myself. I had a baby 11 weeks ago, but I had a C-section. So pushing myself up, my stomach muscles, yeah, that was massively frustrating for me. Massively frustrating.
And you were going like the clappers at the beginning.
Well, Steve was the one that I really wanted to try and, you know, keep up with.
So listen,
too hard.
I mean, you wanted to go the fastest, right? And so you're competitive, and that's no bad thing. But let's just have another quick look at what happened there. Can you just talk me through what was going through your mind? So here.
Oh, right. Well,
So you flipped over. Did you think I'm going to stop?
No, never at any point did I think I was going to pull out of the race. I was always going to push myself up and, you know, carry on through. I didn't know how fast I was going. I just thought, well, just get up, carry on. Who knows?
How do you think it's affected your time?
Quite badly. I'm sure I got a time penalty because I ripped the gate. I don't know. I don't know.
You did not get a penalty.
Did I not?
You didn't. Anyway,
I was
Laura,
down for a while though.
We can see Kimberly's time up there, 53.44. Now, this should have been an easy one for you, the giant slalom. But right now, that's the time to beat. Have you done it? Let's take a look. 55.7, Laura. Just over 2 seconds slower.
Well, it was pretty close, given I spent a little while on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. You did get yourself back up again. Laura, everyone! So our next contestant has had hit singles, but tonight she wants to avoid a double. Will she face the jump for a second time?
Have you ever done any extreme sports? What sports do you do?
Ballet.
Ballet. Brilliant. Sunita, ironically, is the least macho person I've ever met in my entire life.
OK, don't go.
I'm not going.
I'm not sure that I was born for speed, so the idea of racing on the slopes just seems outrageous.
There is absolutely no way you're getting her to do anything steep or fast or dangerous. Take your time, doing good. I'm very nervous.
So we're out of the safety of the snow dome. This is the real thing. It's beautiful. When I first started skiing, to be honest, I didn't like it. But being in this amazing setting makes you really want to ski. I've been practicing really hard. I love it, I love it, I love it.
I'd have to say that there's not many people over the years that I've ever seen make that kind of improvement. That's serious.
Sunita now has learned to let her skis run and actually start carving the ski across the snow, and that's the big difference.
I didn't really think I could do well in this show. And now, I think I could be a contender.
Come here. Oh, it's Anita, everyone. And I just want to say, well, I'm not surprised because you've come such a long way, and it must be doing wonders for your self-esteem.
It's just been so amazing. The car, the trainers, everyone's been so lovely, and I actually think, oh my God.
But for somebody to have such faith in you and to see how far you've come, it must feel really nice.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, Warren. Warren Smith, he's best.
Yeah, he's your instructor, isn't he?
Yeah, he's taught us
fantastic.
from
Him and Graham.
Yeah.
So let's see you in action. Uh-oh, it's race time.
Now, the singer, Sunita.
It's over so quickly, I've got to try to enjoy it as well. Actually, let's just get down fast. I'll enjoy it afterwards.
She who survived the jump at the opening event, she was full of confidence then. Is she now?
4, 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go.
Slightly slow out of the gate. That's not a promising start. More snow ploughing than skiing.
Whoa! Please.
She could well be testing herself on the jump again unless she can speed up.
Go. That's slow.
Oh my, she's almost 3 seconds slower than Kimberly. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is certainly not attacking it. She just wants to get to the finish. She's got to speed up. Come on, Sunita, push it, more speed. Comes very slowly to the finish. She's come a long way with the skiing, but still quite clear there's a heck of a long way to go.
Oh my God.
I know, you're pulling a face, you're giving yourself a very hard time.
He said I wasn't going fast. He said I was 3 seconds behind. It felt fast at the time.
No, I'm sure it did because you're
fast.
Yeah, and you're not an experienced skier, so that was really fast. But what matters now is your time and how it compares to the others. So let's have a quick look at the leaderboard. The person now at the top is definitely safe. So let's reveal who is in first place. It is Kimberly Wyatt. Kimberly, you are safe tonight. You can relax. Okay, so the person at the bottom is definitely jumping. So let's see the rest of the leaderboard. Oh, Sunita, is it going to be you? It is you with a minute 29.14. Jumping again tonight.
Well, at least I've jumped.
You have. You
So I've
know
just gotta
what
jump
it
better
feels
now,
like.
'cause
You've
these
just
girls
got
can
to
jump.
do it again. So, Laura's not safe yet. Whether she joins Anita on the jump is all down to our final contestant. So coming up, Anthea Turner, a pair of skis and a massive slope. Just you try and go anywhere. Hello! Welcome back to the jump. We are live in Austria, and I am stood at the top of the K40, and I cannot tell you how petrifying it is. It's so petrifying that I've actually got some poor man, Eddie's down here, holding on to my calf, so I don't feel so frightened. But the girls are performing the giant slalom tonight. They're all hoping that they will not have to do the jump. And lucky Alex is down there somewhere. Who are you with?
I'm joined by Amy, who, admittedly, Amy, if you had have actually jumped, you could have been in the giant slalom. So I mean, I don't want to rub it in, but the training wasn't always straightforward for you, was it? Let's just have a look at this.
Okay, let's go.
Oh my God!
Okay.
So it's the first time I've ever been on a mountain with snow on. I've been on a mountain, but it ain't got no snow. It's all mountains got snow, though. Hey, it's all mountains got snow. No.
I can't believe I'm paralleling. Is that the right word? Paralleling?
Amy, I mean, it's been a sporting education as well as a geographical one. Have you found out whether all mountains have snow yet?
I haven't got a clue, honestly. I haven't got a clue. I don't know. What about you? Do you know?
No, I actually don't.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is hardly Frost Nixon stuff here, is it?
Yeah, it's so funny. I didn't have a clue. I literally got on there and I was just like, really, mountains? Amazing.
And also, so what is paralleling?
Well, parallel turns, but I made up a word, parallel. I made up world gels. My new word's paralleling. Fine.
Oh, what are you going to be doing with the rest of your time out here?
Do you know what? I've had a nice massage today. I've had a nice chill. You know, just to enjoy myself, really. Holiday for me now. Loads of snaps. Fine. Oh, by the way, karaoke tonight. Me and Joe are going to be singing.
Can I join in?
Oh my God, you're going to join in as well.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Well, that would be great. Davina.
Time for our final contestant, who proves that blondes really do have more fun, just not necessarily on the ski slope.
Ready.
As soon as I go beyond a certain speed, I feel I'm out of control.
Whoa, whoa!
Put me in a car, and I'm a nutter. But put me on skis, and I freak out.
This thing of being scared of speed really, really worries me.
But
I can't even look at it.
it is something we are going to have to get our heads around and really focus on that speed.
I've just got to go out there, face my fear, head on.
She thinks she's going to lose control, but she needs to get over that and just let her skis run. Then she could be a real contender.
Nice, Anthea.
This is a time trial. There's no getting around it. So I have to get down there as quickly as I can because I don't want to be in the last two.
I mean, you have a real fear of going fast and speed.
Yes.
But this whole show is about time trials.
I know.
So how much of a battle has that been to overcome?
It's been a terrible battle. I have always been the worst red run skier I know. And I've sort of like feigned this, oh, I'm just going to a restaurant just to cover up the fact I'm such a rubbish skier.
But you have really been very gung-ho about it.
Oh, I don't know what this show has done to me. It's I found this sort of little bit of a confidence that started to come out, and I'm loving it.
I like it too. So Nita is already facing the jump. You are our last girl tonight, so either you or Laura will be jumping tonight. Anthea, I know. It's race time.
Last to go, Anthea Turner.
I'm somewhere between really, really nervous and very excited. And when I get to the bottom, I'll tell you which one.
Well, she was competitive in skeleton. She's got to be competitive now in the giant slalom. Quite a task. She knows that Kimberly was very quick, and so was Laura. But Laura fell, so that really is her aim to be better than Laura. Tentative start that she's now picking up rather better. Needs to be a little bit tighter. She's a bit flat on her skis.
Keep down, down.
What's that she's saying? Down, down. Well, whatever works for you, Anthea. That's a bit slower than Laura, but still quite a bit of the course to go. She's got to push on in these last few gates. Good edge there. Into the tuck for the finish. Well, she's going to be living on the edge as to whether she's done enough.
I really loved. I'm down. You see, the thing is, that felt so fast to me, and it really wasn't.
No, it was, Anthea, it was. For you.
Yes, for me it was.
So, listen, Anthea, you need first or second place to stay safe and not face the jump. So let's have a look at the leaderboard for one final time. Who has taken first place? Kimberly Wyatt is the winner! darling. Well done. Well done. You can relax.
Well done.
OK. Right, Anthea.
Oh.
Anthea,
Yes.
we need to see you in second place.
OK.
OK?
All right, otherwise I'm jumping.
Otherwise you're jumping.
Otherwise I'm jumping.
So, the person now in second place is... Laura Hamilton, 55. You got 56.14.
Oh, no.
You are jumping with
tonight.
Sunita tonight.
Okay, then.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm OK. I'm OK, don't worry. I'll jump. It's fine.
I love this. Is the new anthem.
Yes.
This is amazing. So I've got Sunita right here with me now. Which jump are you going to be attempting tonight?
Oh, well, I've only been cleared to do K15. I haven't.
Okay, so you're going to be doing the smaller one.
Yeah.
K15. Anthea, which jump do you think you're going to be taking on?
I'm going to go for what we call Mummy Bear.
Ah, the K24.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So, both of you, better go off and go and get ready. Brace yourselves, get limbered up. I know you've been warming up a little bit already. Good luck, girls!
Thank you.
Alex!
Kimberly, congratulations. 2 wins out of 2. You must be delighted. I'm delighted.
I'm honestly in such disbelief. I mean, I came into this competition never even skiing before, so I've just tried to progress as much as possible, and this is such a massive surprise.
Well,
I'm really chuffed.
congratulations, and with your win comes my favourite moment of the show, which is doing the shots. Now, I know it's not the most professional thing to do, but if you're offered a chance to do a shot of a pussycat doll, you're not going to say no. Oh, my God. Pussycat doll, you're not going to say no, are you? So, cheers.
Alex?
Yes?
Alex? Don't you think your girlfriend is not like me?
Oh, my God, I wish this wasn't live.
OK, so we're nearly halfway through the competition. Tomorrow night, things are really hot up when all our contestants, male and female, they're going to compete against each other for the very first time. But who will be Crown Jump Champion 2014? Graham Bell has the inside track.
We've seen them all compete in the skeleton and the giant slalom. Tomorrow night we see everyone competing against each other for the first time. This is where things get serious. Man against woman, everyone against each other. At this point, what will they need to succeed? And who are the ones to watch? Marcus has mastered everything that's been put in front of him. His enthusiasm and enjoyment of speed make him a real contender. There's no doubting Steve's competitive nature. We've seen it time and time again. Just another example of how he faced off against Darren in the jump. Now Steve has Laura to face, whose undeniable hunger to win will be a big challenge for our Olympic champion.
I just want to be the best that I can possibly be.
Anthea may seem all smiles, but underneath there's a tenacity and fire which she could put to great use in this competition.
How do you get better?
Sunita has faced the jump already, but she's faced it and won.
You're still in the competition!
And don't forget, she had a better time in the skeleton than Darren Goff. She could progress far in this competition. Richie has had the most to take in out of all the contestants, but he's done that superbly well, topping the leaderboard in the skeleton. Kimberly is the only contestant to come first in both of the events so far, and it's that consistency that will show as we progress further in the competition. Also, don't discount the new boys. They're going to come into this competition with all guns blazing. Donald's been training with all the others, and he knows their strengths and weaknesses. It'll make him a very tactical competitor. Joe will be competing in his first event. He's dangerous as an unknown. He has everything to gain and nothing to lose. Tomorrow, the whole competition is thrown wide open. This is where we need to see the fight in our athletes. We want that burning stomach and fire in their eyes to shine through.
Oh, Graham, you're getting really serious, Ben.
I'm getting very excited about this.
So tell me, what are you looking for? What do you think is going to make a winner?
Well, you need someone with determination, but you also need, in winter sports, you need a risk taker. You need
Yes.
someone who's not afraid of taking risks and putting their body on the line.
Well, and we've seen so many of our competitors doing that
Mhm.
already, but who's shining out for you?
I think the most improved, Kimberly, obviously, on the girls' side, and Richie on the guys' side.
Yes, I mean, that's an amazing story.
Yeah, they have come from what we first did indoors in Hemel Hempstead to what they're doing now. It's incredible. It's an incredible improvement. Also, I admire Sunita's determination.
Yeah, she's so gritty.
She is
isn't
so gritty.
It's fantastic. Well, thank you so much to our performance director, Graham Bell. So tonight, either Sunita or Anthea will leave the competition for good. It's a babe-off. And after Anthea's rehearsal, we're crossing everything. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the jump. We are live in Austria, where Sunita and Anthea were the slowest in the women's giant slalom. And there they are on their way up. They will now face the jump to stay in the competition. The celebrity who jumps the furthest will make it through to tomorrow night. And this is what they'll be facing if they do.
Bobsleigh is an adrenaline sport. The speeds will be up to 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. You're on the fastest, most energised roller coaster you've ever been on. Our bobsleighs will be steered by a professional driver, but our athletes, they have to get the thing started, and a key, they've got to stop it as well. If you lose a few hundredths of a second at the start, that will be multiplied all the way down the track. Potentially, what could go wrong? The worst thing would be they don't get into the bob properly. That would be very, very bad news. When bobsleighs crash, they flip over, and you're using 2 or 4 helmets to drag the sled along the ice. These guys are going to love it or hate it.
Can't wait to get my head flung around in the little coffin.
So, back to tonight. It is Sunita versus Anthea. Our first jumper is Sunita. She's chosen K15, the small jump, and she is ready at the top. Barry Davis and Eddie Edwards are in the commentary box.
Well, so Sunita's back where she was a couple of nights ago, but looking very much more confident. She's been quite relaxed up the top here. Interesting statistics from the medical department. Her heart rate normally is around 60 beats per minute. At the point that she jumps off this 15K ramp, it goes up to 154 beats per minute. Here she goes. She's succeeded again, Eddie.
I think that was an excellent jump. She obviously took everything with her that she did a few days ago when she jumped before. She was much more confident, a much better in-run position. She jumped on that takeoff and a perfect landing. She'll be very, very pleased with that.
Question is, has she gone far enough? Not sure that it was quite as good as her jump a couple of nights ago in terms of distance.
It was very solid.
Technique had improved a bit.
Very solid.
So, Sunita, how did that feel?
Do you know what? It felt amazing.
Did it?
Amazing, yeah.
And now the last jump you did was 11 metres. So we could also see if you've beaten your personal best. So let's have a look and see how far did you jump to stay in the competition. It looks so good as well. 9.5 metres. Okay, so how are you feeling about that?
I'm disappointed, but you know, it felt great. But you know, to be honest, I don't really. You can't tell what you're doing. You just do what James says.
Well,
and
you're
what happens.
exceptionally brave. Anthea is now about to attempt K24, the medium jump, the mummy jump as she called it. Can she beat Sunita's distance to stay in the competition?
Well, the opportunity is clearly there. If she comes from a greater height, she will get greater distance. So it's a question of willpower, nerve. I would think she would fancy her chances at this moment. But let's see. Here she goes.
That was a very good jump by Anthea. She got into in-run position very, very well. Didn't put that much effort into the takeoff, but she looks quite well balanced and a very good landing.
So, Davina, tell us what's going to come out of all this.
Well, I'm here with Anthea. How did you feel about that one?
It was a safe jump. I want to stay in the competition. I hope it's going to keep me in.
Okay, well, we're about to find out. 9.5 metres is the distance you need to beat. Let's see if you've done it. She has! Anthea, 11 metres. You stay, you'll be joining us in the next event tomorrow. Oh, Sunita, come here. Cuddles. Cuddles. You were amazing. You've overcome so much.
Every minute, loved every minute, like I said. So, you know what? I jumped, I've learned all this stuff. I've been living in Austria with these amazing people. Well, trainers, it's been amazing.
Let's hear it for Sunita, everyone. Sunita is our 4th celebrity celebrity to leave the competition. Thank you so much to Eddie Edwards, Barry Davis, Graham Bell, and of course Alex Brooker.
Who hope to have a job tomorrow night.
Yeah, you will. Don't worry, you're brilliant. We'll see you back here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. when all our contestants compete together for the very first time. Night night.